Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show in store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So this is a pretty interesting one. I don't know if you guys are following us on Instagram. If you're not, I suggest you do. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. And make sure you follow the channel Dreamers Pro. Why am I saying that? Because we usually get a lot of our viewers messaging us. And they send me various topics and pieces of news and things that they would like me to cover. And over the last few days, I've been getting different posts from different people centered on some comments that Gilbert made when he was being interviewed, I believe, at a basketball game, where he was asked to say who's better, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. Now, if you know anything about Gil's top three players are Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. He's also said that Kobe is his favorite player of all time, but he maintains that he believes LeBron is better than Kobe. And I've said to him that I don't think Gilbert Arenas believes what he's saying. And we've gone back and forth about it. I said, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it, right? Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe that he believes that LeBron is a better basketball player than Kobe. This is just my personal. He's pushed back on me and told me, nah, man, I do, and this and this and this and this. So what happened? Apparently, there's this video going around the internet that's picking up some traction of where Gil was essentially talking to like a basketball fan in a basketball game, I guess. And he was being interviewed and he was asked to explain who's better between Kobe and LeBron, and then to explain why. And to no one's surprise, especially me, Gil picks Kobe. And he starts to explain why Kobe is a better player. And then at the very end, he got to throw in his man LeBron, like, well, you know, but then again, at the same time, you can't discredit LeBron and this and this and this. So that's a soundbite that we want to get into today. But before we even get into what Gil had to say about this, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. With only 4 months left until the end of the year, I look forward to creating special moments with family and friends by attending various theaters, shows, plays, and sporting events. And when it comes time for me to look for tickets, I absolutely love to use Game Time. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time saves me money, time, and peace of mind, so I don't have to sort through thousands of tickets looking for the best prices or worry about whether or not if they're authentic or whether I'm going to receive them on time. Game Time Picks, one of my favorite Game Time tools, analyzes thousands of tickets for all of your favorite events near your location and finds you the best possible deal so you don't have to. For example, I'm looking forward to this upcoming concert at Madison Square Garden of one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer. Here, I can select the all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, no hidden fees. And now I can sort through the best possible deals I can find. I can choose the cheapest deals, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. And if you're like me and always make plans at the last minute, you can grab tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has started. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what Gil had to say. It's only about a 30-second clip or so. And then want to come back and really give you guys our thoughts. Take a listen to what Gilbert Arenas had to say here.
But in their prime, who's better? Probably Kobe. I mean, you know, all around, he's just a better player in a sense of skill work, knowledge, you know. But it's hard to knock what LeBron does. I mean, LeBron is amazing. What he's good at that's what he is.
So you heard what Gilbert Arenas had to say. What are my thoughts on this? Look, this Kobe versus LeBron thing, I realize that it also comes down to preference, right? It comes down to preference. Just the other day, I shared a story on our Instagram account the story, and it was featuring some Kobe shots that he was making, incredible shots. And I said, man, LeBron can never dream of making these shots. And some people started messaging us who I would assume are LeBron supporters. And they were like, I've seen LeBron pull off some pretty spectacular plays. And then one guy sent me a clip of some of the plays that LeBron has pulled off. And one of the plays that he sent me was that play when he was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Lakers, funny enough. And he did a fake pass, handoff, or pass, and somebody cut to the basket. He was standing at the top of the key, and LeBron palmed the ball, and he looked like he was going to pass the ball to the left. So the defenders, everybody kind of, the defense tilted to the left of him, and then he just kind of like did like this and faked it and then threw it down towards the paint, and then the guy caught it and it laid it up. Spectacular play, right? Spectacular play. And then at that moment, I realized it really comes down to your preference, because somebody would see that and say, man, that was some GOAT, you know what, right? And I'll see that and say, this is an incredible play. And then I'll go look at a Kobe highlight. I'm like, man, this is out of this world. So I also realized that some of it comes down to preference. For instance, I read an article this morning where they were asking Andre Kirilenko, who's a defensive specialist who played in the NBA, who was playing with the Utah Jazz, who used to play against Kobe. And they asked him the question, who would you start, bench, or cut? Kobe, Jordan, LeBron. And his response was, I'll start Jordan, bench LeBron, cut Kobe. And then he gave his explanation as to why. And essentially his reasoning was, he already has somebody that could do what Jordan does. So he doesn't want someone out there with a repetitive skill set. I understand that. Right? I understand. I didn't get upset. I didn't get offended. I didn't say, oh, this is disrespect. No, it's, it's his preference. Now, personally, I think Kobe he's my favorite player of all time. I haven't seen a basketball player play live play better than Kobe. This is just me, right? I do understand that Jordan is better. I do understand that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is greater in terms of his resume and his accomplishments, but I have Kobe right there in terms of a basketball player. I have him right up there with Michael Jordan. I think they're right there. I don't think it's like Jordan is here and Kobe's so far away. It just comes down to preference. I would take Kobe. If I had to pick between the two of them, I would take Kobe, right? And I saw them both play, and I think Kobe's better. But there are people that will argue otherwise and say, no, LeBron is better and all of that. And it's gotten to the point where it's like, it's a debate in some cases where it's just not worth having, because you're not really going to convince people to go in a different direction. Once people believe a player is the best, that's it. Once they believe LeBron is the best, that's it. Once they believe Kobe is the best, that's it. Once they believe Jordan is the best, that's it. And for me to now try to wrestle with people and, it gets tiring. Now, if there's some people out there saying crazy stuff and straight up disrespecting, then I got to come out there and have some pushback and give my opinion on a thing or two. But overall, man, they're all great players, and I'm just realizing it comes down to preference. But in terms of Gilbert Arenas, I still think in Gilbert's heart of hearts, he thinks Kobe is better than LeBron. I just think so when it comes to ball, because I've heard him talk about both of these guys from a basketball standpoint, and Gil says he doesn't use stats to judge players, except whenever we now bring in LeBron, then all of a sudden he starts to use stats. So I don't know. This is my take on it. What I want to know from you guys is simply this. Number one, who do you think is the better player between these two players? And number two, do you think Gilbert Arenas really believes that Kobe is better than LeBron? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. Peace.